All righty. Are we live? Are we live? All right, we are live. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Now y'all can see the screen is back. I take great pleasure in bringing y'all a full clear screen. I want the brightest picture. I want as many pixels to be popped out for y'all to enjoy. And I want y'all to be able to see everything in full screen. Not no little down the middle with things on the side. Now, half of this was missing. If you look where it say free Hotmail up top in the browser, right where it say let's get it at, in between those two letters, all of that was missing. All of that was missing. I don't know why. Something between YouTube and the OBS, but I got it worked out. I actually had to take everything out and even re-download the browser. I re-downloaded Chrome. And so it's in this native form. And then we back. So let's get back to the video we was watching. Now everything looks smaller, but I like it like this because everything fit. So I'm not complaining. All right, now we can watch the dash cam footage. Is that a commercial?
Where you going?
Pause. All right. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. An allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right, now see, that's what y'all couldn't see before. See that door open? That's what y'all couldn't see before, so let's get it. NBC News, y'all.
I'm going. No, put your leg back in the car.
Come on. Are you gonna press me? Huh?
Am I gonna what?
Please ask me for your ID, man.
It's ridiculous.
All right,
Stay in the car, dude. Stay in the car, dude.
Hey, come.
Listen, bro, I just got to work. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. I don't have time for this. I don't want to go here right now.
I don't need it.
Don't get out of the car now.
Don't touch me like that.
Oh, ouch. Man.
Hand behind your back. Hand behind your back. Put your hand behind your back. Put your hand. Come on, man. Hand behind your back. Rotate it. Come on, man. No, you on probation or parole?
No.
Ever been arrested before?
Yeah.
For what kind of stuff?
Hey, you gonna shoot me?
Nope. That's it.
Come on, bro. Really? Really?
Alrighty. We're back. Personally, excessive force, I really don't see it. They could have tased him. Or they could have shot him. So I don't know where the lawyer talking about excessive force is at. He tried to fight the police officers. So, like I said, they could have tased him. They could have shot him. I think he got off easy. What do y'all think? Well, we got 5 people watching and no comments. Let's keep moving. All right, this is like our third day in a row with a plane story. Stop trying to fly these planes, man. You can't drive them. Leave them alone.
Holy shit. What the f?
It was not the usual traffic on Interstate 8 in Southern California earlier today.
He's got it under control.
A small plane landing right in front of Carrie and Zach Decker and their young son, who were headed to a doctor's appointment.
This is early. You're gonna see this every day.
A 36-year-old student pilot was headed to a nearby airfield when the plane suffered some form of engine failure, according to the California Highway Patrol. The flight instructor took control and managed to avoid homes, power lines, and traffic, safely touching down on a busy highway.
That is the craziest thing I've ever seen.
Officials say it was a textbook landing, albeit not at an airport.
He pulled it off. Perfect. Look at this, Bubba. There's an airplane on the freeway.
All right.
It's
It's nice to have a happy ending. That was a young pilot, and he did very well. The plane wouldn't make it to the airport, and he landed on the freeway. Nobody got hurt, no accident. So, here. Salute to the young man. But, you know, y'all, when we got to be flying and stuff, it's going to be a penalty. But if we didn't have people like that, we wouldn't have computers, we wouldn't have airplanes, we wouldn't have cell phones, we wouldn't have fancy cars. Pretty soon we're going to have cars that fly. So if it wasn't for daredevils like that, we wouldn't have anything. So let's move on to the next story. Is it still NBC? We can use the same disclaimer. Delete. All right. Is this the same video twice? This looks like the same video.
I've been trying to wake you up for 10 minutes, dude.
No way.
You gave me the same video twice?
Sheriff's deputies asked Mohammed Sayem for his ID. He was clearly intoxicated and refused.
Listen, bro, I just got to
It's
work
the
at
same
5
video.
o'clock in the morning. I don't have time for this.
Their exchange becoming physical.
Don't touch me like that.
When one deputy says Sayem grabbed his bats. After being repeatedly punched in the face, Sayem was thrown to the ground. Asking if he was going to be shot, one deputy says he'd like to.
Hey, you gonna shoot me?
Nope. That's it.
You blew it. You beat him up in a situation you didn't need that level of force. The answer can't be that Mr. Sayem pays the price.
Sayem faces a felony charge of resisting arrest, but his lawyer says the dash cam shows excessive force and a deputy lying to his supervisor.
Take a bet on me.
Tonight, the sheriff's department says in part, the deputy made every attempt to de-escalate the situation and use force appropriate for the situation. The tale of the tape could soon be decided in court. Miguel Almaguer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
Okay, now this was a better copy. This was a better copy. This definitely was a better copy. So even though we had already seen it, this was a more clear, concise copy. Like night and day. So yeah, and then we was able to see. Yeah, they did use excessive force. We were able to see. The first video, it was so dark, you couldn't really see anything. This video, I mean, I thought they was inside a garage. They were actually outside. But the video was so dark, I thought they was indoors someplace. They actually were outside. That's amazing. How you can see one video and then totally get something different from the next one. All right, let's get to the next video. That video here? Nope. All right, let's go. Chicago man charged with conspiring to support ISIS. Ashraf al-Sufu aided ISIS in recruiting and encouraging others to carry out terrorist attacks, according to federal prosecutors. Get to his apartment where he lived at in Chicago. A federal judge ordered a Chicago man into federal custody Friday on charges he conspired to provide material support to a terrorist organization. Ashraf al-Safu, 34, allegedly spread ISIS propaganda on social media to recruit and encourage people to commit violent acts in support of the terrorist group. Al-Safu, a naturalized American citizen of Iraq descent, is an active member of the Qatar Media Foundation, an organization that creates pro-ISIS videos, articles, and essays to spread across the internet. This charge demonstrates that in order to keep our community safe, law enforcement will vigorously pursue those who provide material support in whatever form to designate foreign terrorist organizations, U.S. Attorney John R. Lausch said in a news release. Today's arrest is a testament to the commitment and dedication of our prosecutors and law enforcement partners who stand watch over our country. Al-Safu reposted an oath of allegiance to ISIS and its leader, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, from Qatar to at least 3 social media groups. The complaint states the FBI claims Al-Safu encouraged others in the organization's staff group to keep sharing the ISIS messages and call efforts to shut down accounts part of a media war. Participate in the war and spread fear, Al-Safu allegedly posted May 23rd. The Islamic State doesn't want you to watch these publications only. Rather, ISIS wants to mobilize you. If you can't, then work on mobilizing others for the cause. Al-Safu and other Qatar members plan Twitter raids, posting pro-ISIS propaganda and mass efforts to their own accounts and hacked accounts they had taken over, the FBI claims. He also instructed other Qatar members on how to use VPNs, virtual private networks, to conceal their identities. Yeah, buddy. I wish they could round all of y'all up and toss y'all somewhere. All right. Let me check the chat real quick. All right. Let's get back. All righty. Now we're going to take a break from the news. And we're going to check out Top Buzz. Damn, now Young Furl live. Everybody live. Goddamn. I might play some video games. I finally got this PS1 working. Man found dead in Florida with head stuck in a car window. The news press reports that a Lee County electric cooperative worker spotted 56-year-old Julio Rosado Gonzalez in front of a Lehigh Acres home on Monday morning. Lee County Sheriff Officer said the power company employee told deputies he saw Gonzalez standing by the car in Gonzalez's driveway. They said the employee reported seeing Gonzalez bent over with his head and neck inside the car and stuck in between a partially closed window. A rescue crew responded and confirmed. Wait a minute, went too far. Yeah. A rescue crew responded and confirmed the man's death. It wasn't immediately known how long the man became stuck. A relative told deputies she last saw Gonzalez working on the car about half an hour before he was found dead. So he was already dead. Oh man, he was dead. He was working on his car and got stuck in the window. So it must have choked him to death. But they said half an hour. That's damn shame. That's messed up right there. let's keep it going. Another video from Top Buzz, or something for me to read. Saudis confirmed death of journalist Jamal Khashoggi, according to state television. Saudi Arabia has confirmed the death of missing Saudi journalist and Washington Post columnist Jamal Khashoggi in an announcement on Saudi state TV. The Saudis have set up a commission that will investigate Khashoggi's death and will have 1 month to release a report, according to state TV. The commission will consist of national security officials, the official ministry, and the interior ministry. Discussion between Khashoggi and those who met him during arrival in the consulate in Istanbul led to a quarrel and physical altercation that led to his death, the state TV report said. A total of 18 Saudi nationals have been detained for investigation, the Saudi press agency reported. In an announcement on Saudi state TV, it said a royal order has been issued to release Major General Ahmad al-Siri from his duty as deputy of the intelligence services. So basically, the Fall Guys, basically, they got that Fall Guy, and they're going to try to wiggle out and save face and try to make these money deals with the United States. And people are going to let them get away with it. So your life ain't worth nothing. Okay.
Homeless community. The residents named it the...
Oh man, I messed up. Hold on, y'all.
In downtown Minneapolis, right by the new billion-dollar football stadium, stands a homeless community. The residents named it the Wall of Forgotten Natives. What started last spring as a few campers with sleeping bags has now grown into a full-blown tent city. The community is made up of almost 200 indigenous children, pregnant mothers, and others. But the crisis grows even more complex, with conflicting reports about drug addiction in the community, an unclear timeline for moving the homeless to a more permanent shelter, and dire winter weather quickly approaching. Watching the Hawks host Tabitha Wallace was there just this week and spoke with members of the community.
Minneapolis, Minnesota has a population of approximately 422,000 people, with a 2018 annual budget of over $1.5 billion, with $24 million allocated for affordable housing. This comes just 2 years after the completion of the U.S. Bank Stadium, the new home of the Vikings football team.
It can comfortably sit over 66,000 football fans. It was made possible by about $350 million from the state of Minnesota and approximately $150 million from the city of Minneapolis for the billion-dollar project. The Super Bowl that was held here just last year netted the city over $370 million. But for the people here at the tent city, known as the Wall of Forgotten Natives, they wonder where all that money could have gone.
Because just a mile from the billion-dollar stadium is an encampment of between 150 and 200 tents housing almost exclusively members of the indigenous peoples of Minneapolis and their families.
The encampment first came to my attention. It was really through the conversations I had with my staff back in probably mid-July, when there was maybe like 4 or 5 tents here. Early August was really when it started to get more attention, I think, in the both in the community but also within the city and the county, because the tent city or the encampment grew very rapidly. 1 week it was 4 tents, the next week it was 40 tents, and the next week it just kind of proliferated.
And while many news reports falsely claim that the majority of the camp were people with opioid addictions that had been evicted from public housing, our investigation found that only about 25% of the residents are there due to opioid addictions or drug arrests. Frank Perro, National Information Coordinator for the American Indian Movement, explains.
Currently what's going on right here now is what we call the Wall of Forgotten Natives. It's got over 165, close to 200 tents up and down this 3 or 4 block area. They've been out here a couple of months bringing attention to homelessness of American Indians in their own homeland.
For many, coming here to be with their people instead of sleeping in cars or under bridges is a step up and gives them a sense of community that isn't always possible when suffering from homelessness, especially when you're a member of an oppressed people.
Tabitha Wallace, co-host of Watching the Hawks, is here with me for more. Thanks for being here.
Okay,
Thanks for having me.
So you were...
All right. Now, when people ask about reparations, would black people be in any better position if they were given reparations? Well, the Indians were given reparations. And where are they? Out there living in tents under a bridge. That city has an estimated $1.1 billion coming in. And they spent $1 billion on a stadium. They spent $1 billion on a football stadium. The Minnesota Vikings haven't won a Super Bowl since I don't know when. Somebody might can school me on that. But you gonna tell me that they can spend $1 billion on a stadium, a football stadium, and can't do nothing for them homeless? Spend $1 billion on a football stadium. The football season is only from August to January because Minnesota ain't going to the Super Bowl. So that thing sits empty. $1 billion stadium sits empty from the middle of January until the middle of August. It sits empty. But yet you got people that's going to be out there in the cold. 200 tents. You figure 2 or 3 people to a tent. I'm being generous when I say there might be 4 or 5 to a tent. Them people are homeless. They can't get a shelter, get a couple shelters together, but they can spend $1 billion on a football stadium. Y'all gonna tell me the priorities ain't mixed up? Something ain't right with that. A football stadium. You spend $1 billion. They already had a football stadium. The teams suck. Why do you need a new stadium? Bring them a Super Bowl. Now, they had a Super Bowl in that stadium last year. They weren't in it, but they hosted it. And they made a lot of money. And they took that money, and instead of helping out the people in the community, they built a daggone football stadium with it. That's crazy. What? I think you misunderstood what I'm saying. The city know they got homeless people that need help. And they spent that money they made off of hosting the Super Bowl last year. They spent it on a brand new stadium for a team that ain't won a Super Bowl. I don't know if they ever won it. I'm being honest with you. I don't know if they ever won it. Somebody might can school me. I don't think they ever won it. Not since I've been watching football. I don't remember the Vikings. But they spent $1 billion. They spent $1 billion on a stadium. $1 billion. And we in Baltimore ain't no better. Because years ago we built Camden Yards. But the city only had to come up with $300,000. The Oreos and the businesses that's in there, they call it Camden Yards for a reason. Because it's a whole lot of businesses that operate 24/7. Whether the season going on or not. So that's a business center. I understand that. Raven Stadium. We won the Super Bowl. They went on and made a Raven Stadium. I think the city put up 500,000. That's not nowhere near $1 billion. You ain't even a tenth of a daggone billion. You spend that much money on a football team that's up, but you won't spend money on the homeless. That's terrible. That's just ridiculous. They ought to be ashamed of themselves. Alright, let's get to the next video here. Alright, let me do the disclaimer. This is a YouTube video. YouTube. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. An allowance is made for fair use for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Let me mute that just in case. Is it going to start? Oh, it did start.
Some images of the Mexico border, where thousands of Honduran migrants are continuing their journey to the United States. And CNN special correspondent Bill Weir is traveling alongside what is being called a caravan, now at the Mexico border, and joins us by phone. Bill, are Mexican officials letting these migrants pass through?
No, Hannah. They're not, despite literally a wave of humanity that essentially broke open the gates to Mexico. We're on a bridge that separates.
But did they win a Super Bowl?
From the southern tip of Mexico here. There's about 400 riot policemen, federales, on the Mexican side behind a 20-foot steel fence that had been padlocked shut. But for some reason, the authorities on the Guatemalan side let the huge surge of humanity in. There are families, there are children, toddlers, and they all came streaming up to the fence. At first, they tried to form a single-form line because they were told they'd be let in one at a time in a humane, orderly way. But the crowd was just too powerful. They pushed against, literally broke open the padlocks, and were greeted by the cops, who are now, the policemen are now forcing the gates back shut after firing either smoke canisters. I didn't smell tear gas, but an incredibly frightening scene to be in the middle of this scrum of people. I was picking up on my feet. Now I'm surrounded. There's a little more space. People have backed off. There's a little more space. And you can see all the shoes that have been lost and been trampled. There's a man in front of me. The crowd is detaining them, suffering from heat stroke, maybe having a heart attack. So hard to tell. The majority of the crowd is from Honduras. In fact, they're waving Honduras flags. And most of the people I've talked to say they just are so desperate they have no other choice but to head north and come look for work. Many told me they will hope to find jobs here in Mexico. Some thought about coming to the United States. I asked them if they're deterred by President Trump, by separating families in the past, by new stricter laws, and they said they have no choice. Several that I talked to, some said they'd be willing to stay on this bridge for months. That's what it takes to convince Mexico to let them in. But this is obviously a huge test for the president's foreign
Are you
policy.
serious?
Encourage the new Mexican government. They're in transition. The new president takes over in December. We've got a much more humane.
Actually, I ain't even mad about it because the picture quality is so bad on this damn thing.
But so
I ain't even mad about it.
It looks like Mexico is holding the line here at this river, Anna.
And I'm just looking at a news alert from earlier, which we did know that Mexico had sent troops
Look at all
to
them
the southern border, but they said it was to provide aid and to care for migrants. And I'm quoting here, in an orderly manner and with full respect for the human rights of migrants. It sounds like what you're describing, Bill, is chaos.
Yeah, and it's hard to, oh no, whoa, somebody just threw, like maybe it was a water bottle.
Look at all them people, y'all.
People literally scattered in panic, thinking it was smoke. I gotta just false alarm. Yes, I mean, this is really just an exercise in crowd control, what we're witnessing here. Imagine if they threw open the gates to a concert, as we've learned that lesson in years past, and people are trampled. That's what happens when they opened up the Guatemalan spot. Oh, hear that. Hear that. Wow, the canister landed literally 2 feet from me. No, no, don't relax.
Bill, if you need to go, we understand. We understand if you need to go.
Look at them people. Instead of going home and fighting for your own country, you trying to come in somebody else's.
Yeah, please get to safety, Bill. We'll take a break. We'll let you get where you need to go.
Mexico can't take care of themselves.
There again, Bill, we are reporting from the Mexico border, that border with Guatemala, the southern border, where he has been traveling with this caravan that's been many of.
All right, y'all. This was CNN.com. Thank you, CNN. CNN on YouTube. Thank you, CNN. Watch it under the articles. 1976. I'm getting tired of this, man. I was talking to you all night about earlier when she gave me this story, and I'm gonna say the same thing I said before. I'm tired of hearing about these people, these refugees that's leaving their country. Pick up a daggone gun and fight the rebels or fight the government and win your country back. Stop trying to run. There ain't nobody got no room for you. Fight for your country. You supposed to die for it. You carrying a flag for a country you running from. How dumb does that sound? Why are you carrying a flag? Hey, I'm Honduras, yeah. But you're leaving it. You didn't stay and fight for your country. You're trying to run to another. You're trying to be a burden on other people. Mexico can't barely take care of them daggone stuff. They can't afford you. You're going to come in there and kill their economy. Then you're going to sneak over the border and come kill our economy. No, go home and fight. Go home, pick up a mop handle, pick up a machete, pick up whatever you can find, and go fight your government. Why are you running from your government? Don't understand. If you got the government here and the rebels here and you in the middle, you better pick a side. And whoever you pick the side of, you better roll with them. But stop trying to run. Because then when you run, you just leave the country to the rebels. And you leave the country to the sorry government. And when you come back, one of them going to be in power. And you ain't going to like them no matter who they are. So at least you could be there from the beginning and lay down groundwork and make sure that your village, your city, your town, your peoples get represented. You're going to run away and then try to come back. Then you're going to be the refugee in your own country. You won't have no say in your own country because you packed up and ran away. Anybody got any comment? Because y'all might think it's funny, but guess what? They trying to get over that fence. They're going to be trying to get over the border pretty soon to get in here. And they're going to bring their diseases. Because they out there living on nothing. So they're going to bring their bugs and other diseases into the country. Y'all might find it funny. Your child might be sitting down. Your grandchildren might be sitting down in the class next to one of them. Go sit down, Daddy. Go sit down. So, I can't believe people just pick up and just run instead of fighting. Fight for your country. If you won't fight for it, who will? Why you want somebody to back you when you won't back yourself? Middle school teacher 28 found dead amid an investigation of inappropriate relationship with a student. If it can be proven, he should be. If he messing around with a 12-year-old, somebody should get him. Hey, Naya. What is this? Oh, you said thank God it's Friday? Phony Friday. I forgot what I called it. This one. The first show, I had to stop. For technical reasons, I know I called that one Phony Friday. I think I called this Freakish Friday. A 20-year-old middle school teacher in Georgia apparently was found dead earlier this week amid an investigation into his allegedly inappropriate relationship with one of his 12-year-old students. Zachary Meadows' body was discovered slumped over in a vehicle along a Lawrenceville highway on Wednesday night, police say. It appears he shot himself, according to authorities. Meadows was a 6th grade English teacher at Freedom Middle School in Stone Mountain, where he had taught for 2 years, according to local TV station WSB. He'd been on leave without pay since Friday, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution reports. He was seen alive on Saturday and was reported missing by his family on Monday. They told police that he was being investigated over an alleged impropriety with one of his students, according to an incident report obtained by People, but the allegations was not further described. WSB reports that he was being sought on charges of child molestation, computer pornography, and child exploitation. His suspected victim is a 12-year-old boy, according to the station. Police have confirmed a warrant was out for Meadows' arrest at the time of his death, but did not say if it was in connection to the investigation at his school. In a letter sent home to families on Tuesday, the Freeman Middle School described alleged misconduct involving a teacher and students, but did not provide more details to identify Meadows by name. Meadows had been scheduled to meet with the school district on Monday, but failed to show up, according to WSB. Before suicide, he was seen leaving an iPad and 3 letters at his family's doorstep, the police report states. The iPad contained a video of Meadows apologizing to his relatives. In one letter, he apologized for all the chaos he caused in an unidentified person's life, the report shows. In another, he told his family how much they loved him and apologized for the image they may have of him now. The final letter asked for his fiancée for his finances to be split between his immediate family and 2 people whose names were attached. Further details of the investigation were not immediately available, and people could not reach district officials for comment. In a statement to WSB before Meadows was found dead, the district superintendent said school police were investigating the allegations, which was not further described. We are angered and disappointed to learn of the allegations facing one of our staff members at Freedom Middle School. The superintendent said in part, the safety of our students is a top priority, and we are determined to protect them under any circumstances from harm. Okay. Now, this dude look like he could be in Hollywood on a television show. I'm telling y'all, this is a sickness. It is a disease. They got to do it. This man don't have to mess around with a little 12-year-old girl. Should be able to go to any nightclub and pick up a woman. Should be able to go to any bar and pick up a woman. But that's not what he want. He want a little girl. Or little boy. Excuse me, I got it wrong. He want a little boy. That's what he want. He want a little boy. Little 10, 11, 12-year-old boy is what he wants. A daggone shame. At least he took his own life. Saved everybody going through a trial for the girl the boy having to testify. So at least he took his own life, and there you go. I ain't even gonna spend no time on him. He took his own life. Get out of here. We ain't gonna miss you. Peace and blessings to you, chump. All right, another story by Nightback. Alrighty, y'all. We got a copyright claim. Are we still on? We got a copyright claim here. How big is it? Oh, it's on the first video. The Holy Ghost. Are you serious? The church people filed a claim on us, y'all. Probably I said they were. Well, I'm gonna leave it alone. They're gonna church people filed a claim on us, y'all. She out with her she out with her family. She's been hitting me up on the Google Voice. That's a daggone shame now. Oh well, I ain't gonna worry about it. Cause I might delete it. I had to see how bad it is. Cause I might delete it because it's only we only had got for like 10 minutes. Now I said, how was your day? It was pretty good. Hold on. You said I got one last time I paid that stuff? Hey, they supposed to be church people. Church, that's why I told you they fake. Why would they supposed to want the word to spread? So why would they flag? They supposed to want the word to spread, right? So why would they flag? And I mean, it's not a big flag. I mean, I can leave it there, or I can take it out. I'm not monetized, so I can just leave it there. I don't have to take it out. But I'll take it out to be smart. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. An allowance is made for fair use of purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is the use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So like I said, I might just go ahead and delete that. It's only 10 minutes. It's only 10 minutos. All right, y'all. I don't know where you found this at night, but CBS News. The Walmart of heroin. Whoa, the Walmart of heroin. How a Philadelphia neighborhood became a case study in America's opioid, and it stops. I guess they were going to stay epidemic. I don't know. Let's get it, y'all.
Thousands of families across the U.S. have lost loved ones to the nation's rampant opioid crisis. In 2014 alone, more than 47,000 people died from drug overdoses, more than any single previous year in American history.
Just this week, a Vermont woman's heartfelt obituary for her late sister has gone viral and is shining a light on the nationwide epidemic. Darren Perrin from our Vermont affiliate WCAX-TV has more.
She could and would talk to anyone, and when you were in her company, you wanted to stay.
Kate O'Neill loves to tell stories about Maddie.
She really wanted to be an actress and a Broadway musical star.
Her little sister with a big heart and bigger voice.
And Bobby sang the music of my soul, yeah.
But she never imagined
She befriended and delighted cops, social workers, public defenders, and doctors.
she'd be writing Maddie's life story in an obituary.
She was adored as a daughter, sister, niece. She was this bright, beautiful woman, and this disease brought her to such darkness.
At 30, Maddie died from opiate addiction after wrestling with the disease for more than a decade. She tried OxyContin at a high school party at 16.
She took it, not understanding what would happen next.
She was hooked. By 18, she was shooting heroin.
She tried to stop so many times. We've lost count of the number of times she reached out for help.
But middle sister Maura O'Neill says Maddie never got what she needed. Numerous stints in rehab, dozens of relapses, and the young woman, described as smart, energetic, caring, and so funny, couldn't fight it anymore. She leaves behind the love of her life, her little boy, Aiden.
She loved him so, so much, and it breaks my heart that he's not going to show her.
Addiction was a big part of Maddie's life, so Kate wrote about it in her obituary.
It is not a choice or a weakness. and chances are very good that someone you know is struggling with it.
The family posted the obit on social media, really just to let people know the details about the memorial. But the honest and heartbreaking look at the disease resonated with people and went viral. It's been shared tens of thousands of times. Even the president's daughter, Ivanka Trump, tweeted about it. Rest in peace, Maddie.
She did not want to die, and so she was very frightened of it, and I think the fact that her death is having this kind of meaning would just mean so much to her.
Well, Darren Perrin reporting there for us. So as the U.S. continues to grapple with this opioid problem, a recent feature published in the New York Times Magazine goes inside Philadelphia's Kensington neighborhood. It's an area that's become synonymous with drug use. It's even earned the nickname the Walmart of heroin. Jennifer Percy is a contributing writer for the New York Times Magazine and the author of that story, and joins me now from Brooklyn, New York. Jennifer, thanks for joining me. I live in Philadelphia, and I'm familiar with the Kensington neighborhood, but you know, the way you described it was even shocking to me. And I think it's because, like many Philadelphians, you don't go there. You may sort of go to the edges where there's a lot of gentrification and the hot new restaurant is there. But if you have to pass by Kensington, you go as quickly as you can. Can you describe to people or explain why that area is called the Walmart of heroin?
So this is the largest outdoor drug market on the East Coast, and it's all sort of concentrated in one area in Kensington, along Kensington Avenue, and conveniently along the train stops. And basically, it's an area that was hit very hard by deindustrialization in the 1950s and has suffered since. There's people on every street corner selling drugs, people using out in the open. So basically everything you'd normally see underground or behind closed doors is just out on the streets there in a very small area. But the amount of suffering in that area is just immense.
Yeah, and Jennifer, your article really moved me, and I gotta admit, I followed your work for a long time, and I started to read it, and I thought to myself, well, this is just another one of those stories about people who are addicted. And as I kept sort of going through your piece, there was a moment towards the end, frankly, when that one character, Country, turned away from you, and he started to cry. And that's when I started to lose it a little bit, because it just seemed as if for so many of these people who are addicted, who suffer with this addiction, that they feel as if there's no hope. And what's fascinating, as you point out, Anne-Marie, this neighborhood wasn't always like this. It went from being sort of a blue-collar factory neighborhood to this haven for drug use. And there are still some people there who are affected by what's happening there, who don't have people in their family who are addicted.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a huge population of residents there that moved to the area because housing was cheap and maybe they had families there. Housing, you can buy a house there for $10,000. So, and these people, their children walk by the encampments every day to go to school or have to watch out for needles on the streets. So it's an incredibly volatile area and very tense now that a lot of the encampments and drug activity has been moved out of a railroad encampment and onto the streets.
The area, at least for the time that I've been living in Philadelphia, has always been sort of not the best area, as they might say. Some prostitution in the area. But what you describe are not just Philadelphians, people who grew up in Philadelphia gravitating towards that area. You describe addicts from across the country hearing about this place and coming to Kensington. And they're homeless addicts now, but they didn't always start that way. And it's quite a range of people you sort of profile. Can you talk to me a little bit about who these people are and how they wound up in Kensington?
Yeah, so it's a really interesting phenomenon because it's a historically very poor minority neighborhood, and now there's a huge population of wealthier white people moving into the area from the suburbs that are stuck there on the street, homeless, using heroin, and can't get out. They're stuck there. They're so addicted that they can't even leave this 1 mile radius, really. And a lot of the stories I heard were people that had gotten addicted to opioid painkillers after a surgery, or just trying it on with a friend at a house, and went down first to buy drugs and then ended up using in Kensington as well and just never left. So there were parents walking around looking for their children and holding up photographs, trying to find loved ones. Most of the people were not from there, although some people that grew up in the neighborhood certainly were exposed to drugs early on and also ended up on the streets. So it was a really diverse mix. I even met one person with a trust fund. I mean, some of these people are not people you would expect to be on the street.
I'm sorry, y'all. This is depressing. God darn, that's crazy. I mean, oh man, that's depressing. They said a house that costs $10,000. If it costs $10,000, I bet you $10 somebody gonna be in there to rob whatever you bring in there. Yeah. $10,000 for a house? Oh man. That's even lower than the ones that the man was showing in Indy. Whoa. You said I have complained on every video tonight. I don't complain about the video. I just I watch it like y'all watch it, and I try to find the good and the bad and what I think we should focus on. So how do we deal with this No Night podcast? You got people that's coming from all over the country to come to this one area because that's where the drugs are. They want their Oxycontin. They want their heroin. They want it now. You heard the woman say that her sister loved her child more than anything else in the world? No, she didn't. She loved that high more than anything else in the world. Oh, you said I complain on every video tonight. Well, yeah, that was a good video, and I had left a disclaimer up through half of it, and I'm not mad because the quality was so bad, but it was a good video. I couldn't believe all them people is running from their country instead of fighting. And they got nothing to be carrying their flag. What are you carrying your flag for a country you ran from? How that work? How you carry a flag for a country you say you love, but you won't die defending? I'll ask it again. Why would you carry a flag for a country you say you love, but won't die defending it? I haven't said nothing about the addicts. I'm still chewing this nicotine gum. And I'm going through it like it ain't nothing. I ain't gonna comment on that, on addiction. But I tell you this, ain't no nicotine gum gonna make me homeless. Ain't nowhere in the world I'm not gonna pay my rent to go buy any kind of anything. Rent come first. You gotta have a foundation. You gotta have a place to be. You know? Well, that's what we do here. We give our opinions night by Harris. You act like you on the spot. You're not on the spot. I'm just saying, I'm not going to judge addiction. When I sat there and fell out in the middle of the street and landed teeth first on the ground and had to be carried to the hospital and was in there for 9 days, first thing I did when I got out was smoke me a daggone cigarette. The same thing that put me down there. So I understand. I understand how hard it is. And that's a cigarette. Can you imagine people that actually got their bodies shaking and they sweating and all that? If I don't have my nicotine gum, I'm a little uncomfortable. That's it. I'm a little uncomfortable. It's more of a nagging thing. But you try to ignore it. You know? You said I'm acting sideways. What do you mean sideways? Am I out of gum? I got one sleeve left. I got one sleeve left in the cabinet. Now, Walgreens keep jacking me around. They keep saying I can get it, then they say I can't get it. They say I can get it, they say I can't get it. That's the reason why I didn't go down there today. No, I'm not out tonight. I'm trying to maintain. I got a sleeve and I got 5 pieces right here. I'll probably do these 5 before 3 a.m. I did. I just told you I would do the rest of this sleeve before I go through it. That's why I'm not going to comment on that drug addicts. I'm not going to comment. But when I do run out, I still got the toothpicks. I still got the cinnamon gum. And I still got a whole bag of cough drops that I could use in this place. So I won't be behind out. Like I have been in several months. I won't be behind out. So. But that's why I say I understand. Yeah, that 170 shoot. That don't last me no time. Because it's the cheap stuff. You chew this for 5 minutes and it's done. This is cheap stuff. This is cheap CVS crap. Now, I'm waiting on the good stuff. But they keep jacking me around. Yep. This stuff's so cheap. It's like I need 4 of these for one of the Nicorette. That Nicorette costs $40, $45 a box. That's the good stuff. This the old cheapo. Now, Britain had a good deal. They had 6 milligram Nicorette. You could get 210 pieces for $19.99. They not on eBay no more. They was on Amazon and eBay. Now they gone. And when you look on there, it's still some people from London selling it. But now, instead of it being $210 for $19.99, they want you to pay $105. And that's why, for $19.99, that's why I've been getting the $170. But that's not working. I know one thing. The next time I get some, I'm getting the good stuff. Because I'm used to that 6 milligram. And I'm sitting here with this 2 milligram. And it ain't, you know, that's why I said basically you need 3 for 1. So even though I'm getting 65 more pieces and it's cheaper, am I really saving anything? It is. I'm gonna get 100 pieces of the I supposed to got it 4 days ago and they said it wasn't ready. Then they said it was gonna be ready 3 days ago, then 2 days ago, then a day, it still ain't ready. So that's why I'm holding out. I'm gonna call them as soon as I get up tomorrow and be like, hello, what about now? And listen to their excuses. But either way, I'm gonna have to go down there because I gotta get them needles. So I've been trying to wait. But they said they told me I could get it and then they keep changing it. Today the 19th. So, well, tomorrow. Well, it's gonna be the 20th. So I'll call down there tomorrow and ask. And if not, I'm just gonna have to walk down there. I'm gonna have to walk down there anyway. But I'm hoping I can get the good stuff. If not, I ain't gonna worry about it. Like I say, I got the toothpicks. So I still got some cinnamon chewing gum left. I got the cough drop left. So we just gonna maintain till I get ready. If I'm chewing the cheap stuff, yes. It is sugarless. That's another reason too. Junk ain't got no taste to it. It's sugarless. It's the cheap stuff. Well, that's why you see me chewing so much more now, because I'm chewing the... I be trying to make myself just keep it anyway, even after the flavor gone. I try to make myself keep chewing it, and it just, make you want to know. Like, $100. And if it's the good stuff, 100 will last about 3 weeks. The problem is the cheap stuff, even at 170, it lasts a little over a week. That's the problem. Because even though it's more I'm chewing, I need 3 to get the same thing out the one I'm used to. That's the problem. It's taking 3 pieces to give me the same. And like I said, every once in a while, you'll get a real good one. And y'all will actually hear me cough on the show. It don't have that long. Yeah, well, that's why I'm really not sweating it. Because if it ain't ready, then I just have to maintain. I don't know if it was so much... I don't know if it's the nicotine or if it's just chewing on something. I'm trying to figure out what the difference is. Because I can tell you that when I first got these, they ain't had no flavor in them. I thought they were nicotine flavored, but they wasn't. And I added some, I added some fruit cocktail syrup to this, and it tasted pretty good. And I was able to suck on these. And I ordered these because they was only $2 from, these were only $2 from eBay from Malaysia. And they was only $2. And they okay. I like it. You can play around with it. But I got gum. Ain't the same. But yeah, it's a nicotine. But the nicotine without all the other carcinogens that make me hit the grind. The gum will never drop me. And like I said, it's sugarless, so it ain't doing no damage to the teeth. But, Now see, I got this toothpick now. It's infused with cinnamon. And after you suck off the cinnamon, then you gently bite into it. You gently bite into it. And it's cinnamon inside because they infuse it in. So, but like I said, push come to shove, I'd rather not have anything, but that'd be a perfect world. But if y'all remember, I used to have the incense on the Amazon list. Incense is just as bad as a cigarette. I mean, it makes the house smell nice, but lungs can't handle it. That's why you haven't heard me say nothing about it. And like I said, I keep trying to leave the nicotine gum alone. But she is right though. I am more high strung when I don't have it. But let's get on back to the video before somebody do a video about me chewing nicotine gum. We saw this. Did we cover this already? This might be a better look. Because the video quality on that first one was terrible. But that man was on the scene. That man was right there at the wall. That the fence that Mexico got up to keep them from coming over. So I gotta give him that. I gotta give him that. So alright, let's get to it. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. An allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And take it off. All right. All right. This is CBS on YouTube.
Thousands of immigrants from Central America are currently traveling together en route to the United States. Most of those making the journey are traveling by foot, and many are from the city of San Pedro Sula in Honduras, which has one of the highest murder rates in the world. But those attempting to cross are being met with resistance. Both Mexico and Guatemala sent hundreds of federal officers to their mutual border to try and prevent the immigrants from reaching the U.S. The move comes one day after President Trump threatened to withhold all aid to Honduras if the, quote, caravan of people isn't stopped. The president also tweeted this morning that he has asked Mexico to stop this onslaught, and if it couldn't, he would, quote, call up the U.S. military and close our southern border. Joining me now is Adam Yamaguchi. He's a CBSN Originals correspondent, and he traveled to the city of Tapachula near the Mexico-Guatemala border for an upcoming Originals episode that looks at the migration crisis. Adam, thank you for joining us. So what did you learn when you spoke to those people up there?
One of the most startling things that we learned immediately getting into the city of Tapachula was just how desperate these migrants were. I remember we were driving down one road, and my producer Inez and I stepped out of the vehicle and started filming. And sometimes you don't know what to expect. You don't know how people are going to respond to the act of being filmed. And what we quickly encountered was we were just thronged by people who were desperate to tell us their stories. Women with children who were fleeing violence, sexual violence, domestic violence, and the scourge of gangs in El Salvador and Honduras. And it was just an overwhelming sense that this is, in fact, a crisis.
So is it the violence that you mentioned and is the reason why they're fleeing Honduras and these Latin American countries?
Violence is the predominant reason. These are countries, there are three countries really, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras, that are facing this crisis, all stemming really from the lack of economic opportunity. You know, this begets drug violence. This begets all sorts of problems that they really have no other recourse than to leave.
Mm-hmm. So for those people who make it to the Guatemala-Mexican border, once they get there, what happens at that point?
Well, they can make one of two decisions. And before I get there, what I should say is that the river that demarcates the border between Guatemala and Mexico is incredibly easy to cross over illegally. In fact, it's easier to cross illegally than it is to cross legally.
No patrols, no police waiting, no...
There's a river. You can pay about $1 to hire someone with a raft who will take you over in all of 4 minutes. If you wanted to cross over legally, take the legal route, you'd probably wait for at least a couple hours and risk being deported on the spot.
Oh, wow. And this is video that we're seeing actually of that route, that river. What can you tell us about this?
Well, as I mentioned, what you're seeing there are the rafts that people pay less than $1 to rent, and within 4 minutes you are across. And it was startling for us to see that. Just the ease of movement across this border here. Now, that's not the full story. Once you cross over, you're not out of harm's way. In fact, there are patrols along throughout Mexico, checkpoints throughout Mexico, where the military has been deployed, where police have been deployed. But this is the first sort of physical obstacle, and yet there's really nothing standing in the way of people getting in.
And yet, Adam, Mexico has begun to increase its efforts to crack down on people who are trying to cross over. When did that effort really begin?
So this all predates to 2014. What happened in 2014 was we had noticed two things. A marked increase in the number of women and children showing up at our border, as well as this was the first year that we saw more Central American migrants trying to get into the U.S. than Mexican migrants. So this was a massive public relations nightmare for President Obama, who then put pressure on Mexico to do something. So we in effect have outsourced our border enforcement to Mexico, with the understanding that if Mexico controls the flow of Central Americans, that's the first stopper, the first filter, then we'll have fewer women and children to deal with at our border.
We saw that tweet by President Trump threatening to cut funding to these Central American countries. How are these governments responding? Do they take that threat seriously?
They do take these threats seriously. We're talking about countries that on average get about $150 million in aid from the U.S. in years past. Now that the pledge this year for fiscal 2018 is far lower than that. It's about $60 million for Honduras. Still a sizable chunk of money. The problem, though, and this really could blow back in our faces in the coming years, is, I talked about economics being one of the primary drivers of violence, the lack of opportunity. Well, without this aid, this is only going to compound the problems that essentially compel people to leave in the first place.
When you look at these countries like Honduras and their other neighboring countries, is there anything that these countries can do that could be an effective deterrent to prevent these people from leaving?
Providing opportunity, the people that we spoke to, they're not asking for much. They want to provide for their kids. They want to make sure that their kids can go to school, get educated, have futures, not get shot down. So many people that we spoke to during our time in Tapachula, as well as in El Salvador before that, it seemed like everyone we talked to on the street had a story to share about violence, afflicting their family members, and compelling them to get up and leave.
And yet these countries still can't provide for these people. Adam, I look forward to watching more. Thank you very much. Adam Yamaguchi with CBSN Originals. Thank you, Adam.
Yeah, damn shame. So we giving them money and then we got to take care of that. Man, that's crazy. We giving them money and we got to take care of that riffraff. That's crazy. Nobody ain't got no comments? All right, let's move along. I didn't delete it. Oops, my bad. My bad. Delete. Copyright disclaimer under 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. An allowance is made for fair use for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
Well, actually, we're shutting up. Did I say my daughter up?
The faster we're falling, we're stopping and stalling, we're running in circles again. Just as things were low.
I did it again. Are you serious? Ah.
Excuse me, sorry. My bad.
Hey.
No, I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Hey, them child the car to smell it. They all walked away. Hey, hello, y'all forgot me. Hello.
Police officer gets up and looks at me and says, "Sir."
Sorry, bro. It's fine, Ryan.
Oh no.
All right, y'all. I got one question for y'all. Is it me or does he make that sound too long to be believable? Let me look at the chat here. Do y'all believe that he makes that sound too long? That it's not believable? Most people don't go no, nobody don't fart that long. Yeah, it sounds fake. I think him fanning his butt or raising his leg kind of sells it. You see, Naya said, "What is this? Ask No Night by Kaz." It's a video. Supposedly, this man walking around with a cup, and he used that cup to make the fart. He used that straw in the cup to make the farting sound, and he got the wet fart. But that sounds fake. Fake farting in water. You know what thing I noticed? The black people don't notice as much as the white people do. Did y'all notice that? One white lady said, "Somebody had to beat somebody ass yesterday." I was like, "Oh, a fart." Yeah, he right now. He overdoing it. He making it this. It should be like, just get out there quick. I find it funny because we used to have farting contests back in the day, so it takes me back to my childhood. So y'all had to excuse me. We used to have farting contests back in the day. That's why I say, especially them big women that was in there, they could probably fart worse than he could. Naya said only him fall for it. Them women can probably do worse than what that gang can do. They were like, they ain't even flinch. I said E. Most of y'all women change diapers. I mean, it shouldn't be nothing for y'all to smell that. Y'all should be used to it. Some of us men had to change diapers too. Alright, y'all, this is another video from Nightbot. This YouTube, yes it is. Oh Lord, here we go. Where you at? Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. An allowance is made for fair use for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. And take it off this time, Derek. Cover it up. All right. All right. Who published this? Daily Police Chase. Published October 19th, which is today, 2019. Daily Police Chase.
He ran back to the van. Get out of the car! He's running back down 10th Street. Hey! Let me see your hand! Let me see your hand! Stop! You just tried to open somebody's door. Get on the ground! You're gonna get fucking paid! Get on the ground! Stop! Stop! Get on the ground! You're under arrest. Get on the ground. I'm fucking tase you. Stop! You're fucking done. You hear me? You're fucking done. Stop! Stop! One. Stop. You hear me? You're fucking done. You hear me? Get on your back. Get on your back. Listen, you should stop it. Listen. I'm gonna tase you. I'm not joking, bro.
Say later.
I'm gonna fucking tase you.
Say later.
Good. Later. Don't fucking move. I'm good. I got him. Thank you very much. Hey, stop! Oh shit! I'm gonna fucking motherfucker! He takes me! I'm gonna fucking shoot you! Motherfucker! I'm gonna fucking shoot you! I'm gonna shoot you! Gun! You got my gun! Help me! He's got a gun! He's got my gun! Help me! Help me! He's got my gun! He's got my gun! Take him! Take him! Fucking take him! Let go! Okay. Get my motherfucker! Oh, shit. You're so fucking done, asshole. Ow! Get him over. Get him over. Come over. Motherfucker, get on your back! On your back! You're under arrest. No sabotage this boy. Ma'am, you okay? Okay.
I'm scared on this game.
Do you resist? I swear to God. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, we should have let off with that one. We should have let off with that one, y'all. That was a good one. Thanks to Night Podcast. That was a good one. Naya says she changed diaper on the dog. The cop should have tased the guy when he had the chance. He kept saying, I'm going to tase you, but he didn't do it. Remember what I told y'all about pulling out weapons and not using them? They get used on you. He should have tased that guy from the get-go. And he should have handcuffed the guy and been waiting for the backup to come. Instead, he trying to negotiate with the guy. The guy saw him distracted and he grabbed his taser and he tased him several times. And then he went for the cop gun. If you got the weapon, you got to use it. If you don't use it, it will be used against you. So if you're not going to use it, then don't carry it. Just like we talked about with the women the other day when the robber came in there and both of them grabbed guns, and yet the man still was able to come back in there after being shot 4 times. The man still came back in there and took the gun from one of them, got shot again, and still was walking around shooting at the women. I'm like, what the heck? You should have put him on his back the first time. Don't stop firing until he on his back. When he down, call 911. After he down, he can still walk around. He can still do damage. He or she. All right, y'all. This is Yahoo.com. Did they got a video? No, we gotta read it. Okay, cool. Why you stop, sir? State trooper shot dead at a traffic stop was still gasping for air when a citizen arrived and called 911. Originally appeared on abcnews.com. When a veteran North Carolina state trooper was shot while making a traffic stop, the person first on the scene was resident Hilton Cox. Cox, 33, who was on his front porch when he heard gunshots just after midnight Wednesday, he told ABC affiliate WTVD of North Carolina. Drove to a nearby store, and that's where he saw a state trooper and a man lying in the road. The man was Kevin Connor. He had stopped a pickup truck for speeding in Columbus County when the driver allegedly fired several shots at him and fled, according to the North Carolina Department of Public Safety. Cox called 911 and went over to Connor, telling him everything would be okay. He would make it through this, he told WTVD. A truck driver stopped. Turned out he worked with the military EMTs. The trooper was still gasping for air, Cox said. He was still breathing and still had a good pulse. Then the sheriff showed up. Connor died from his injuries leaving the highway patrol mourning the loss of a hero. State Highway Patrol Commander Colonel Glenn McNeil Jr. said in a statement, "The department forever be changed by the tragic events," he said. "We ask everyone to please keep Trooper Connor's family and all who knew him in your thoughts and prayers." Cox said that he and Connor are both married fathers of 2. I've seen him around, small county, Cox said. Everybody tells me he was a nice guy. After the shooter fled the scene, he led police on a car and foot chase, authorities said. After an extensive search, the suspect, identified as Raheem Cole Chanel Davis, got done. 20 was found and taken into custody without incident, authorities said. He's been charged with first-degree murder, said Michael Baker of the State Highway Patrol. Whoa. There a video for this? Come on, man. They're on commercial. I go through all that, the heck with it. I don't know, commercial. Probably put viruses on my computer and everything. Get that mess out of here. Get that mess out of here. I was going to read about the lottery, but put on it. to the chat real quick. Yeah, Night by K, that was a hell of a name. And it is sad. Shows you how dangerous that job is. You said your story with the cop only. Yeah, I know, but I saw something about lottery being a curse, and I was gonna play it, but all them daggone viruses and stuff, all them flashes and everything kept popping up, advertisements. I was like, man, it wouldn't even let me read the story. It was so many advertisements. I just got out of there before it locked the computer up or something. Then we'd be offline again. All right, so let's get on to the next one. Another YouTube video. We already covered that. Back out of here. We've already covered the Guatemala, Mexico thing twice already. This would be 3 times. No. We're not risking a flag for that. Trooper shot dead. We already covered that. Okay, back to YouTube video. .911 call released after black. We already covered this story. I mean, I'll do it again. Hold on, man. Pause. Once you pause it, there on. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong thing. Okay, I see what I'm doing wrong. Oops, my bad. My bad. I'm hitting the wrong thing. Okay. Alrighty. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. An allowance is made for fair use purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right, here we go. This ABC News. Hey.
White children. The outrage growing over a woman who called the police on a young man who was babysitting 2 white children. This morning we're hearing the 911 call. ABC's Steve Osinsami has this story. Steve, good morning.
Good morning to you. With the parents of these children had to get a call from police scaring them silly that something was wrong. They had to verify that this babysitter was supposed to be with their children.
I am being harassed and followed. For so many reasons, the video Corey Lewis recorded on his cell phone has been seen around the world. I got 2 kids on babysitting. You see him being pulled over last Sunday by Cobb County Police, answering a call in the Atlanta suburbs, and the officer asked the 2 children he was babysitting to step out of the car. We ate at Subway at Walmart, went and got some gas. She pulled up talking about are the kids okay? Why wouldn't they be okay?
Someone had called 911 reporting a suspicious black man with the children.
See this black gentleman with these 2 little white kids, and so I just had a funny feeling.
This morning we're hearing that call to 911 from the unidentified woman who spotted them at a Walmart.
I rode around again and I said, let me see the little girl. He goes, no. And I said, well, let me just see the little girl and just see if she knows you.
What she didn't know is that Lewis runs a youth mentorship program with kids of every race and has babysat these kids for the past 2 years.
He just got gas and now he's pulling away. Should I follow him?
No, I recommend not following him.
And if I'm wrong, that's great. I'm thrilled. But if I'm not, then these kids are okay.
The children's parents are not happy.
They understood what was happening, and they both said that they were scared. They said that they were scared that he was going to be arrested. They said they were scared they were going to say the wrong thing and that he would be arrested.
The parents of the children were greatly upset by this and say they wish their children didn't have to learn this lesson. For all this caller knew, the babysitter could just as easily have been the children's father. There are families who look like this all across America, including mine. None of this would have happened if the babysitter and the kids were of the same race. Guys?
And Steve, we understand that you had an experience similar to this one. What can you tell us?
Well, I have a white daughter, and she was very aware of the looks that we would get. People would look at us sideways. I remember once we were in a farmer's market, and her response to it was to grab my arm, rub it, get close to me to really give people something to talk about, or really tell them that she belonged with me, that she was part of my family. I think there are so many families that look like this across America, and this is something that you wish weren't happening in 2018.
Absolutely. Steve, thank you for sharing that too. It really is something that has a lot of people talking.
Yeah, this is our America.
Absolutely.
This is what we look like.
Yeah, not just 2018 ever.
Exactly.
Yeah, it never happened.
Hi everyone, George Stephanopoulos here.
Look at the football player on the East. Just when I see that football player on the news, something like that. Go ahead, boy. Go ahead with your bad self. Go ahead. That's what I was talking about, moving on up. Ouch. You said, y'all bought 2 tickets? Yes, tomorrow is the pinball. Like everybody said, exactly, my great niece's father is black. I will go off on that lady. Now I said, laugh out loud, one big. If I won't forget you, I think the numbers are out now. Yeah, but I want to rest good before I have a heart attack. Laugh out loud. Gee. I wish I could have got a couple tickets. You never know. But I ain't gonna worry about it. To be honest with you, Nightbot, the guy handled it very well. He handled it very well because that really could have escalated. That really could have escalated. The guy was calm. He handled it very well. He definitely did not show any irrationality. Because the ratchet would have went off. What? You trying to say that they can't be with me? Got on you, and it would have went off, and then that could have led to anything. Papa D said he gonna win the. Hey, Papa D. Papa D said he gonna win the lottery and help y'all out. Naya says the winner will be a really old man in a nursing home in North Dakota. Nah, the winner gonna be a Mexican that just crossed the border. That crossed the border and been out there selling oranges or picking crops. That's gonna be the winner. I got $3 on the cash card and I got $2 cash. I've been holding on to. Yeah, I still got that $3 left. I'm gonna get some paper towels and some dish detergent. I'm gonna try and get a bottle of Dawn. If I can get if I had to spend the whole $3 on the bottle of Dawn, I'll do it. And I'm gonna use the $2 to ride back. So. But you know, I'm sitting here waiting to see if that prescription gonna come in for the gown. I don't want to walk down there twice. No, Nabokeh said she will flip off if Roy wins. What's going on, Papa D? We sitting here watching videos, all kinds. But no World Star today. No Night by Cat said BD exercise is good for you. Doctor told you, and it's not hot. It depends on how heavy that cart is. Depends on how heavy that cart is. Cause I might not I might walk back. If it ain't too heavy, I'll walk back. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll all work out tomorrow. That's what I'm hoping. Like I said, when we were talking today, like around 5 o'clock, I could have went. And then I was like, man, it's 5 o'clock. Y'all know y'all got me the dolly cart. That's why I kept saying it was nice to Dang, it's only the 20th. It really is only the 20th. I can't believe I ate up all that food. I ate up all that food in 10 days. Damn. That's sad. That's sad. But the good news is that it's the 20th for the month. And I still got money on the stipend. So I'm still going to have to walk up to the market, but I'm thinking about, I'm going to split it. I'm going to go and hit the Walgreens. I'm going to hit the Family Dollar. I'm going to get some dollar items from out of there. I'm going to come home, unload, relax, and then I'm going to trek up that hill. So then I'm going to come home. I ain't cooked no 10 pieces of chicken. I cooked, well, actually, wait a minute. If I did the legs, then yeah, I can get 5 in the pan. The fish, I'm going to give you some more of that fish. That tilapia is the bomb. It's expensive, but it's good. It was $5.99 for them 2 bags. That was the bomb. I should have got like 8 of them. I don't know why I only got two or three. I should have got like 8 of them. But I'm gonna see what I can squeeze. I'm gonna get my drinks from the Family Dollar, so that when I go up to Giants, I can get my meats and get my canned goods, and I should be able to get them in the cart. So we just gonna need meat, canned goods, another bottle of cooking oil. We got plenty of flour, so we just gonna need to get some cooking oil. And I gotta try and find the chicken seasoning. I mean and the garlic salt. I need the garlic salt, the chicken seasoning, and that the ice cream was good. I might get. That's like that's like a waste of money. That mint chocolate chip was on point. That mint they had them 2 for $5, the half gallons. Oh man, that mint chocolate chip was on point. I might go get some mint chocolate chip. See, when you say unsweetened tea, you get me in trouble, cause then you have to add sugar, and if I got to add sugar, no, I don't trust myself. I'm better off just getting the regular tea, cause by the time I hook it up. I'm saying, by the time I hook it up. Well, Bobby D, we're gonna be hoping you win. Shoot. That's why I said it's the 20th, so it's only 10 days. And then you got 1, 2, 3, so we got 13 days. So all I gotta do, unsweetened tea. Anyway, you see how I'm woofing through this unsweetened daggone gum. What am I gonna do with unsweetened tea? Got to have some taste to it. But I kid you not though. I love being able to cook. I'm gonna give me some more of them long packs. They only $8. No, I found them for $7 something. The long packs. I'm gonna get like 3 of them. I'm gonna get 3 bags of the fish. And then I'm gonna get some canned corn. I'm gonna get some canned peas. And I'm gonna get some more fruit. I can't believe I ate a whole bag of grapes in 2 days. I was ashamed of myself. I just love grapes. Yeah, you said no sugar, but then no taste. Why would you wanna take it? Oh, you said fresh fruit is the worst? You taking all the fun out of it. I mean, I ain't dead. Person want to have some fun. I mean, Jesus. Let a person have some fun. I mean, shoot. I ain't dead yet. I ain't got a leg out the daggone casket. Oh, fresh fruit is sugar loaded. The only fruit I got was the daggone with the grapes. You said, Mike, nah, can't do that. No, gotta have my mobility. That's why I'm moaning about doing that walking, but I'm looking forward to it too. I was trying to charge the camera up. I was gonna put it on the cart, but it wouldn't charge. I don't know what's up with that. It wouldn't charge, y'all. I'm dead serious. The camera wouldn't charge. I was gonna bring y'all on. Daggone camera wouldn't charge. I got two USB chargers, and neither one of them want to work. I've been kind of torn. You said no legs. You're gonna have to wheel yourself around in your shower cart. No, I'm one of my bosses had both his feet amputated. That's one thing I'm worried of. Don't want to lose. I don't want to lose my mobility. I take great pleasure in knowing that I can jump up and kick somebody in the neck. I hate to lose that. Oh, man. Because most people wouldn't expect it. Most people wouldn't expect a person. I value that. Shoot. They every time I go they check. Now that's one thing I'm afraid of, boy. I don't wanna that diabetes to be eating away at me, no. But like I said, y'all, shoot, I ain't gone from 270 pounds down to 200. Shoot, I'm shrinking. Shoot. Look at this shirt, y'all. Look at all the daggone ring. You got enough room to put somebody else up in here. Like, God darn. This shirt used to be so tight on me. If y'all look at the old videos, y'all see this shirt used to be tight on me. It's so loose, it's ridiculous. This daggone shirt, man. Look at that, y'all. Man, that's crazy. I'm serious, you know, so somebody said, yeah, you come on every day looking like a bum. I ain't looking like a bum. I'm just, the clothes hanging off me. They won't stay on me. I mean, that's a good thing. That is a good thing. Yeah, you're right. I can't get hot there. Shoot. I showed the old video from just when we lost this channel. That was back June the 1st. I said, man, we've done a lot since June, y'all. We done a lot. But everything falling apart and everything, we did a lot. Cause I was looking, me and Nye was looking the other day, and I said, man, that was just June. I ain't talking about last year. That was just June. Waiting on our first PC. I'm outside. This is May 31st. This is before we got the
flood supposed to happen every 1,000 years. It didn't happen twice within 2 years. Why can't he get no help? I say it again, you want to live out there on the water, take your chances. I feel bad for you, but I don't feel sorry for you. Because you knew what you were getting into.
Now that was June.
You moved up there.
Let's go back further. That was June. Let's go back further. Take me to page 2. Here's something.
How you doing, fam? This is Brother Derrick, back with another video. I apologize to y'all, this code went out last night, but...
Oh, it's a slideshow. It's a slideshow, y'all. Hold on.
Hey, I don't know what's going on with everybody, but y'all know that Truth Nation knocked down channel 48. They knocked down 49 the day before yesterday. 220 daggone subscribers. They also knocked down 48 yesterday because of that season. That season. And when I say season, that season 2-hour rant I made. Shook them up so bad. They knocked down 48.
Alright, we don't need that negativity. Let's try to find something that ain't negative. Alright, here we go.
morning, family.
It's another slideshow video.
As you can see by the title, this is a very touchy stuff.
Yeah, I made a lot of them when we didn't have. Alrighty. What about this one? It's another.
How you doing, fam?
Another
This is
slideshow.
Derrick.
I made a lot of slideshows back then. I was embarrassed. I gotta find something that's not.
Good morning, family. This is Brother Derrick. Look, I'm coming at you again for a simple reason. Look, let's get to it. How good this video is. Rick Nasheed, you're not as big as you think you are. Rick Nasheed, you probably are the top.
Go back to what?
Like, what are you doing for your community? My topic for this video is not who you beefing with. My topic of this video is what you said.
Hold on. Where you going to chat? Okay, you said go back to what? Oh, which video? What you talking about this one?
Hey, I don't know what's going on with everybody, but y'all know that Truth Nation knocked down channel 48. They knocked down 49 the day before yesterday. 220 daggone subscribers. They also knocked down 48 yesterday because of that season. And when I say season, that season 2-hour rant I made. Shook them up so bad. They knocked down 48. But guess what? I ain't paying them better mind anymore. We rocking on 51 right now. So everybody that was subscribed to 48, 49, I need you to come over. We need to come over to 51. We jamming on it right now as I speak. Brother Derrick, 51. Come on and show these True Nation chunks they ain't won nothing. But y'all gotta step up. Y'all gotta look. Y'all know all channels are active. Between 47 all the way up to 54. But Brother Derrick OG.
I don't know what that music is. I wouldn't get flagged for that crazy music in the background. This video got moved for inappropriate content. I really don't care. This January the 10th.
Brother Derrick back.
It's January the 10th, y'all.
People say, you know, how can Drew Freeman or Notorious B or Victim Moon broadcast so long? Well, actually, if you got something to say, it's pretty easy. This is my third video back to back, just like I did the other day when I put out 3 videos back to back. You can see I'm wearing the same Miami Heat jersey and the same Miami Heat hat. Like right now, I'm wearing a Miami Heat t-shirt, wearing a Miami Heat hat. And this is my third video. So what's going on, YouTube family? This video is not going to be as serious as some of the other videos. That's why I made them. The first one was about Rick Nasheed and Umar Johnson about them being frauds. Second video I made was about the tweet that I sent to the President of the United States. Yes, the President of the United States. That's what the second video was about. I'm not going to rehash that. I'm on to the third video now. Some of y'all saying third video. Yes, if you got something to say and it comes from upstairs, you don't have to. You really don't have to plan what you're going to say. Just set everything off. I'm in my little office.
I said my little office.
I turn the camera on and I start talking. Yeah. Let's get to the purpose of this video. The purpose of this video is about something that's been around, I believe, since slavery. And nobody has dealt with it. I mentioned it in a video in the summer. I don't know if y'all watched it, so I thought I would bring it up again. I was actually in Tommy Sotomayor's chat room. You know, I was uploading and I was bored, so I started, trolling. I very seldom comment, but when I do, trust me, it's something good. And the guy said that I asked the guy, who made up these rules? These black rules that we follow, these imaginary rules that dictate how we live. And the guy said, it's the Willie Lynch. And as usual, us black folk, we don't express anything. We just say something smart or say a comment and walk off. Well, I did what everybody should do. I actually went on YouTube and put in Willie Lynch. And I watched 2 episodes of Willie Lynch. And it was describing about how you take these savage people and how you make them docile and make them love their master more than themselves. And I realized that that's still going on today. Black people love white people more than they love themselves. Yes, they do. Because if not, there's no way that these cops that kill our men.
All right. Get that radical mess. A little too radical there, sir. A little too radical there. I bet this was another one of my with the cons.
How you doing, fam? This is Brother Derrick, and I'm back with a serious update. I made a video a couple days ago talking about the homicide in Buck.
Another slideshow video. Alright, come back out of here. Alright. Alright, y'all. We went way back. We went way back to last year. We went way back. You say, what tweet? Oh, the tweet, Donald Trump said that, African Americans were lazier than Mexicans. I ain't gonna say I disagree with him, but he shouldn't have said it. And I actually tweeted back to the president 3 times. I tweeted back 3 times. You shouldn't have said that. I got some ideas that help African Americans and the Mexicans improve their life situation. Would you like to hear them? Never heard a word back from the president. Never heard a word. But I did. Anyway, if you think I'm joking you, I ain't joking you. Wish I would have caught that the first time though. Scroll down. That was on page 2, right? Here it is.
But Derrick, coming back again. That's right. Back-to-back videos. I got a lot to say. I didn't make any videos yesterday, so I'm coming strong. There's a lot going on here. I just dealt with DERRICK Nasheed. I just dealt with Umar Johnson. Clown. Now, let me tell you something that happened to me that was the reason why I didn't make a video yesterday. I kind of laid low. I didn't realize that on Twitter, Donald Trump is in my group. I didn't know that. But he made a tweet yesterday, and the Lord made sure I saw it, because I usually just advertise my videos on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I normally don't read anything on there. But I saw Donald Trump, and something said, read it. So I read it. And Donald Trump said something to the likes of, how come unemployment is up for blacks, but yet it's down for Mexicans? What's up with that? Think about that for a second. He basically just said that we lazy. If nobody caught that, Donald Trump just said black African Americans are lazy. We lazy. We don't work hard like the Mexicans do. Y'all always talking about being on code. That was code. He called us lazy. And I went through the comments and I saw people talking about Hillary Clinton. Nobody answered the man on what he said. So I took the initiative once again. The lone wolf, the man out in the wild, the man that's coming with nothing behind him but facts. I asked him, are you going to give us reparations so we don't need your money? Or are you going to make our black celebrities come back to the cities they came from and invest their money in our community? Can you make a presidential order for that? If you do that, we don't need your money. Did Donald Trump notice it? I don't know. But if he did, I know that my folder is on somebody's desk at the CIA. I might get a visit from the Secret Service. You don't know. But if I do, I'll have to do what every black man does. Deal with it by myself. Because y'all ain't going to help. Y'all want to hit the subscribe button so I can go live. If they do come, I can't even go live to say, hey, look, I stood up for y'all, and now here come the man. Y'all gonna help me out or what? No, you won't. But black folk don't help. That's the reason for my videos. To show you how we don't help and then how we can help. See? I don't just tell you what you're doing wrong. I tell you how you can fix it. That's the difference. Now, like I said, you got all these pro-blacks out here talking about how they banging on white folk. I just went at the biggest white folk in the United States. I just banged on them. What? Who you banged on? Nobody. Only person that y'all banged on is a man that's not white. He's Mexican. That's George Zimmerman. And only because he went after Jay-Z. And for that fat faggot, Happy Hassan, who actually made a video, let me be a Huckleberry. Let me be a Huckleberry. Yeah, but I'm from Bronx River. He made videos after 10 other people already made videos. So he didn't stand out by himself and make a video. And George Zimmerman is not white. George Zimmerman is Mexican. So let's get that straight. Now, if you want to go down there and mess with the me-hoes, then go ahead. But don't sit here and try and front for us. Now, we know you full of shit. Have you kicked Sonetta's wife in the ass yet? Have you beat up Tommy Wiseau yet? What am I over yet? Have you, with your hands on Israel Doctrine's mother, dug out at the grave and had sex with her like you said? Have you done any of these things you said?
Okay, that's enough. And y'all can see, I came in swinging. Sorry. I came in swinging for the business. Yeah, it was a reason Vic played my videos. I shouldn't have went that far back, but somebody asked me, that's how I came in swinging, y'all. I ain't gonna lie, I came in swinging. That's how I caught Vic attention. I came in swinging. I came in on everybody. I came in swinging. Shoot. I came in swinging at Cruz, Sonetta, Dr. Umar, Poppy. I came in swinging. I came in swinging. I didn't come in soft and, hi, how y'all doing? That's how I got Vic attention. Shoot. I got a lot of stuff on private that if I took it off private, shoot, I probably would lose y'all. Y'all talking about shoot, What they talk about, shoot. When they talk about these little roast beefs, man. Where is who at? It's not a matter of whether it's true or not. Yeah, what he said was true. But he still shouldn't have said it as the president. that's what I was saying. He shouldn't have said it as the president. And I told him, I said, and ain't nobody called him out on it. Ain't none of y'all. Where you at? Ain't none of y'all called him out. But let me make a video about something positive Donald Trump did. They come thumbs down that video, they rip it to shreds. So, when I guess he said, where are they at now? Where's who at? They in the same spot they was when I was talking to him. When I started talking to them, they still had the views. Oh, you said Vicky and them supported you. I hardly ever see them in here. Yeah, well, people come and go. Like I said, you know, like I said, I used to bang on True Freeman a lot. So, to the point, you know, the man kept putting me on the show. But then y'all know I stopped and I tried to, you know, make my own show and not do all that, you know, hooting and hollering and you a F and you this and you that, you know. But can we just do a regular show where people could come and not have to worry about being attacked? And so that was the idea, was to come make a show where people could come and relax. Like we've been on, not counting the first video, we've been on 2 hours and 18 minutes. There ain't been not one troll through here. There ain't not one person said anything negative in the chat. And this is how it's supposed to be. This is how it's supposed to be. And like I said, when I came in, I told you, I came in. You say, well, everybody turn around out of here, too much sugar and not enough nicotine in your diet. When I came in blasting with the truth. You know how you can imagine me like a little Michael Evans from Good Times. And then as the seasons wore on, he became less militant. Because nobody was trying to hear it. Nobody was trying to do anything. So, but when you first, Good Times first season, boy, you couldn't take Michael nowhere. Michael get you hurt. Couldn't take that boy nowhere. That boy get you hurt. Dead serious. That boy get you hurt. Now, you can take him out now. He very seldom mention it. He would very seldom mention it. Shoot. You said Michael come a black eye. Yeah. Well, Papa D, actually, you know, we had Taz in here the other day. They, you're back. Tyrone keep popping in and out. We got Naya. I don't know what happened to Alessandra. We had picked up a new supporter, Alessandra. She vanished. But I know June and July was rough, but we made it through. If it's good, it's gonna last, and so that's the key. If it's good, it's gonna last. So, like I said, I came in swinging, and I knew before I came, didn't nobody want to do nothing. It wasn't so much drama. But she came at the wrong time. Seriously, she came at the wrong time. If there was ever something going on, she'd be right there. Hello, I'm here. And I'd be like, oh, man. She'd be like, oh, man. I'd be like, all right, hold on, Alessandra. Let me get them out of here and we go back to the show. And every time she came through, I swear to you, somebody came in to cause havoc. Every time she came through. We had one good day. Where there wasn't no trolls when she came. It was just one. Well, yeah, she wanted no part of the drama. I'm talking about Alessandra. She came in today. It's not Alex. It's spelled differently. It's not spelled like that. It got two S's in it. It's like Alessandra. It's like Alexandra with like two S's. Yeah. Like that, no nobody cares. Yeah, she was really nice too. It was a shame. Because it seemed like every time she came by, something bad would happen. And she'd be like, I'm here. And I'd be like, all right, Alexandra, let me get them out of here. I'll get to you. And then she would vanish. I would actually clean the whole chat out and get back to the show. And then she was gone. And then she would come back again. It just seemed like every time she came, trouble was here. So hopefully we can ignore the trouble. Nightbot showed me a video. And the guy was telling you how to deal with trolls. And so I would play the video, but it would be redundant because then the trolls would see it and then they would make a plan. So it doesn't make sense to play it. But yeah, Whitney said that's why I'm not gonna comment in nobody chat no more. Every time I go in the chat and I say something positive, I get jumped on, boy. Like, goddamn. I'm talking about jumped on. The only thing I said was, they were, Zone and them were, and Seven Deli and them were making excuses. They were making excuses for black women behavior. And they were saying that black women don't want to be white, even though they wearing all that weave and putting in the fake contact, which is a lie, because that's trying to be white. I don't care what you say. You wasn't born that way, right? But then they're gonna sit there and say that white women are trying to be like black women. And he played one video of this white girl rapping. And I said, in my experience, most white people, most young white girls like the swag and they like the thug life as a toy. That's bad time. Every Friday or Saturday night, they go to the club, they learn the dances, and they go and hang and everything. Monday through Friday, they are in the business office. They not fooling with that crap. And if they do pick somebody, if they ain't got nothing on the ball, they not going to stay with them. Man, they tore me up. They tore me up, y'all. God darn. They tore me up in the chat. But I didn't say anything that was wrong. They're going to sit there and say, well, my woman is white. Well, Zone, if your woman is white, why are they getting on film? And I asked that. Why are they getting on film from the Invite show from having a Mexican woman, but you got a white woman, and why are people in here talking about black people in your chat when you from Canada anyway? But that doesn't make any sense. Boy, they blocked me again. I said, oh man, I went and got another account and came back. I told them, I said, y'all know y'all full of crap. Y'all can go to heck or something. And I was like, now block me now. And I didn't go back. After the third time, I was like, ah. But I'm just saying, they were full of crap. But you're right though, no, not about kids. I went into the line then, but I went in there and I told the truth. Somebody in there said, "Yeah, you can tell he a Tommy Sotomayor fan." Somebody always comparing me to Tommy Sotomayor. Why don't somebody give me the donations he get? Compare me to that. He's just about men's rights. I'm about everybody's rights. If the men wrong, we show the men wrong. If the women wrong, we show the women wrong. We don't differentiate. Now, it ain't my fault that there's more women than men doing, but it's still, we are equal here. We are equal. I'll show a ratchet woman. I'll show a ratchet man. I'll show we've shown videos of other races acting ratchet. We don't discriminate here. The object is to learn. If you're not going to take them out, then learn how to get along with them. I don't want to see none of y'all on World Star. And I don't care what nobody say. If people didn't need to learn, they wouldn't be getting beat up on World Star. I'm just sorry. There wouldn't be no videos if everybody knew what to do. So for everybody that say, hey, I wouldn't have no video to show. If everybody knew what to do, there wouldn't be no videos. Papa D says, I only got 3 accounts, 2 with Papa D, but I forgot the password for one of them and want my real name. Papa D, they so easy to make. And even when you run out of phone numbers, you can get an app out of the Android or iPhone market that lets you use Wi-Fi, and you can set up a phone system. But I'm going to tell you something. Until y'all came along, I actually was using the Wi-Fi ones for phones. You know, I had my Obama phone, but I was using them for phones. The problem is when I left the house, it wasn't no good. That was the problem. Naya says World Star is a place. Wait a minute. She said they said you try to talk like him, use phrases of him, and even talk with your hands like you study him. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't even watch Tommy that much. If I see one video or 2 videos of Tommy a week, I really don't watch Tommy. But if you're gonna watch somebody, watch somebody that's doing something. I mean, shoot, what am I gonna watch somebody that got less views than me? Why would I want to watch that? That person can't teach me nothing. No, not if I can't say you ain't getting no Trump phone because of that Twitter, Mrs. Oh, shucks. Why they say I try to talk like him? Use phrase. It's not my fault we got similarities. Like, both of us can rap. But I can make my own music. That'd be it for me. So if I'm playing my music, it's my music. I ain't playing nobody else's music and I'm rapping to it. It's my music. But, okay, we both rap. Only difference is, I guess because I'm not on child support, maybe, but everything is about, he says about men's rights. Well, if you're going to fight for men's rights, you got to fix the women. If you don't fix the women, what good is fighting for the men? The women really is running everything right now. So if you don't fix the women, then you're not going to get anywhere. So you can't beat the women out. You can't just call them names and BTs and whatnot. The women have got to be brought to the table, and we got to figure out how to re-brainwash them. I'm just trying to be honest. That's what you got to do. Say, look, what you've been doing ain't working. This been going on since 1970. We got 3 generations of kids that are out of control. We need to come together. We need to get back into religion. Pick one religion. make these kids afraid of something. Because I've showed y'all, they not afraid. They're not afraid of the cops. How many videos we sit here and watch them beat the cops up? See them get shot and still beat the cops up. See them get tased and still beating the cop up. No, they're not scared of the police. So you got to make them scared of something. That's why you need religion. Make kids afraid of something that they can't beat, that they can't see. Especially when you got dogs beating on them. Now you say I sound crazy. I mean, Night by Cass says I sound crazy. You say I sound crazy, but it's radical thinking that make changes. Without radical thinking, ain't no change. And I came hoping that the spark. Yeah, you told me our past way of life is gone, but it can be rekindled. It can be rekindled. But I don't know. Maybe I was wasting my time. The Israelites say that there ain't no hope until Jesus come back. So maybe I'm kicking my head against the wall. Everybody says, I'm the one that won't change. Kids don't want the old way. Well, what's the new way? I still say we need to get back to the basics. Teach our young ladies. No sex till marriage. No sex till marriage. Young ladies are not to get their own apartment till they get married and a man come take them away, or they hit 26 and then if nobody don't want them, then go ahead and let them go, and they ain't gonna get married. They ain't. If you have a virgin that ain't married by the age of 26, I don't care what community you in. You got a virgin that ain't married by the age of 26, let her go. She ain't. Go ahead and give it to the wolves. Don't nobody want it. That's true. See, but you're right though. They don't want the old way, but ain't nobody showing them the old way. That's the problem. Nate by Cass said, I'm the one that won't change. Well, yeah, I definitely got to stay out of other people's chats. I definitely got to stay out of other people's chats. Because even though I'm not one of them, I've had to defend myself against them so long that it's hard not to attack. If she ain't married, her butt don't need to go nowhere. She get her own place, then she gonna have people coming by. Ain't gonna never get married. Papa D says, my daughter is 28 and still lives with me. I'm saying in the old days, and there you go the old days again. The women stayed home until they got married. I'm saying we need to go back to that. Y'all saying that they don't want to go back to that. Well, I can keep putting it out there and you ain't got to take it. You know, you don't have to take it. I'm saying if don't nobody come marry her, y'all have to understand the difference. one thing to see somebody and want to smash them, and it's another thing to want to be with them for the rest of your life. People need to learn the difference. You see somebody and they look good, they beautiful, or they handsome, and you know, you like, yeah, I'm gonna take this person home, put something on them. But then after a couple weeks, maybe a couple months, you know, I'm tired of you. I'm ready to move on to somebody else. They're like, what? And that's all I'm saying. Why buy the cow if you get the milk for free? Why buy the cow? So hold on. So she 28 and her boyfriend, are they engaged or are they getting married? Yes, they are no night by carers. But they had you and your husband there. I'm talking about the kids that ain't got nobody there. Mom ain't spent her life raising them. Now that they can take care of themselves, they 9, 10 years old. Now mom want to hit the club. Mom don't want to be home with them. They like, you know how to cook now. You be dress yourself. You don't need me. Let me go live. I want to go get my thing on. So mom out there shaking the butt. What do you think the kids are going to do? You think the kids are going to say, I'm going to stay home and read the Bible? Mom out there at the club 4 days a week. Out there at the bar the other days. They're going to grow up thinking that's what they want to do too. So, that's why I say it's, and it's just like you said, no night by cares. You could actually raise children with your values, and you hope they take them and use them the rest of their life, and sometimes they don't. It's like, remember the story we did on the man, the 40-year-old man that killed his parents because they went and got an injunction to put him out the house? Why the heck would a 40-year-old man be living with his parents? And the parents tell him to get out. So they had a mother and a father, and yet he won't get out. And then he killed the parents and the brother. He said, ain't nobody getting the house, God darn it. I can't stay here. Ain't nobody staying. And I'm going to have me a house at the jail. I won't have to worry about it now. I'm going to get my 3 hots in the cot. 3 hots in the cat. I'm making jokes, but I'm serious. I'm being serious, y'all. Seriously. I mean, think about it. And it's really heartbreaking because there are people that did everything right with their kids. And sometimes they don't come out the way you plan it. But you got a lot of kids coming up now that ain't nobody playing nothing for them. Pretty much, do you got books? You got pencils? You got clothes to wear to school? There you go. Don't have the teacher call me. I ain't going to no parent meeting. You get suspended. I ain't coming to get you. I gave you, you got clothes. You got your pencils, books. You got shoes. You got a coat. Get out of here. And don't bother me. I gotta get ready to go out tonight with Roger. So please don't bring none of that stuff. Do your own homework. Leave me alone. Okay? I ain't gave enough of my life to you, doggone it. I'm about ready to go ahead and do me before I get too old. And that's what's going on in a lot of households. And that's why. And then you got the girls. The boys don't want to leave home. And the girls can't wait to leave home. Huh? All right, no night by Cash. Thanks for coming by. But y'all know, I'm telling the truth. The boys don't want to leave home. They want to stay up under mama. And the girls can't wait to get away from mama. Because mama already mad because she's starting to develop. And the men that come by to see her is starting to try to spend time with her daughter, which is the younger version of her. So the daughter spending her time trying to fend off mama's boyfriends that keep coming in and out. She can't wait to get the heck out. She'll let somebody knock her up so she can get her own little Section 8 house and get out of there. That's crazy. But it's true. So, all right, No Night by Cash. Thanks a lot. You are the first lady of the BDS show. You are the first lady. Alrighty. Wait a minute, I didn't see this. Then please specify yourself. Alrighty, y'all. We got a lot more videos. I may save some of these for tomorrow. What's this? That's not really a good story. You might say that one. All right, let's check this one out. YouTube video. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, an allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. All right. All right, y'all. 13-year-old on bird scooter injured after a crash. So y'all were telling me to get a scooter, so let's see what happened.
A 13-year-old boy is recovering from injuries after he crashed into a car while riding a bird scooter. It happened in North Park yesterday. The boy was riding on the sidewalk when a car turned into a business on El Cajon Boulevard. That's when the boy crashed right into the side of the car, and he wasn't wearing a helmet and had to be taken to the hospital. Luckily, he only had minor injuries, but police are saying this incident shouldn't have even happened.
You have to be a licensed driver or have a permit to drive a vehicle. If you're under 18, you have to wear a helmet.
The law requires that people ride scooters on the street, not on the sidewalk, and follow all the rules of the road. The driver of the car stayed at the scene and did cooperate with police.
Did anybody have any comments on that? Yeah, it's 1 in the morning. Yeah, I'm sorry to keep you up so late. No Night by Cares. Okay, that's the same video, ain't it? Yep. So we'll go back and delete that. All right, next video, y'all. We covered this story already. No Night by Caregivers. This we'll go ahead and watch it anyway. This might be a better version because we did it right when it happened. They might not have had the video and stuff ready yet. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. An allowance is made for fair use for purposes of criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Non-profit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. I noticed that if I come in, y'all can see the words going through my face. Alrighty. We did this story a couple days ago, y'all, so let's see the update.
I wasn't talking to you. You don't say don't talk to your reps. I don't talk to them. I talk to my son. And I still get this from you?
He was standing next to me, talking to his son, and this lady decides to butt in somehow, and is now calling the cops because he was talking to his son.
They had a bad call with my son. And I told him, I said, hey, the ref is right. Always right, because I've always told him. And I said, hey, and that's it. She thought I was yelling at the ref, so she came over. And I'm like, ma'am, I was not going to I said, no, ma'am, I was talking to my son. Nobody else. And I said, well, I wanted to reiterate that. I said, no, ma'am, I was only talking to my son, and that's it. But she kept going. I'm like, ma'am, I'm done with it. Then she's like, well, that's the way you feel. You can just leave it. I just called the police. I'm like, well, what I did? I didn't do anything.
Calls are going on, and all of a sudden I see the gentleman jump up, just go run over to the in a loud voice. My job is to make sure the rest of the So I go over, and he does. He said, I said nothing different from the other cops in my son. And I said, okay. And I went on to the phone and explain, hey, no, I was trying to make sure everything, thank you, I'm glad. And then he just got like next to me. I'm not talking to you anymore. We're done with this.
I felt that this woman sat there on her cart and was a very intimidating presence. She herself, hey, good call, yeah, calling at the reps. It was a non-issue until it was a parent or somebody else. And then she came zooming around. So she's sitting there just waiting and creating tension. And to sit and follow this man out when he said, hey, I'm going to leave. I don't want an issue. So why she felt it was necessary when he voluntarily left of his own accord to avoid an issue, she felt was, I'm still going to call the cops on you.
Damn.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube.
That was something we didn't see. I don't think that was covered in our video. That lady stood up for him. Okay. All right. Anybody have any comment? No comment. So let's keep moving there. Did we cover this story? There ain't no video. Oh, ain't no video. There really ain't no video. All right, I'll read it. Philadelphia. A toddler's caregiver was charged with murder and the suffocation death of a baby whose body was found partially buried in a public park with the top of her head exposed, police said Thursday. Police arrested Nyesha Corbett, 33, for the death of 22-month-old Alina Barnes, who she'd been taking care of. They say surveillance footage near Corbett's apartment showed her leaving the building with the toddler, who police believe was already dead, in a child carrier, and walking to the park across the street sometime October the 9th. She was seen in the footage returning to the apartment without the child. It's a terrible tragedy. This shouldn't happen to a child, Philadelphia Police Captain Jack Ryan said during a news conference. Corbett was charged with murder, making false reports, tampering with evidence, and abuse of a corpse, among other charges. She led police to the park in the bustling neighborhood near a high school and LaSalle University's campus, where the child's body was discovered early Tuesday. Woo, she looked crazy. A message left with an attorney for Corbett was not immediately returned Thursday. Court documents show a motion by her attorney to set bail was denied. What you need some bail for? What you need bail for? Ryan said Corbett, who has two children ages 4 and 5 with the toddler's father, and may have been his current girlfriend, had been watching the girl for several weeks. Ryan said Corbett was living with one of her relatives, not the child's father. The father was working as a Lyft and Uber driver at the time the toddler went missing. Ryan said the child's biological mother is currently in jail on retail theft charges. Ryan said Corbett called her own mother Monday and told her the toddler was gone. Her mother did the right thing and called police. She reported the child missing. A search began Tuesday, and Corbett led officers to the park where the girl's body was found, partially buried, with the top of her head exposed. The medical examiner office determined the toddler died from suffocation, but Ryan said she could not say whether there were any other signs of abuse. He said the State Department of Human Services was involved in the case. He cannot provide details. Ryan said Corbett's two children have been living with their mother. He declined to discuss any comments made to police during the question because the woman very distraught. Ryan said Corbett had 7 other previous contacts with police, but he could not say what she'd been charged with before. He said none of the charges were violent crimes. Okay, so this woman, and here we go, y'all. This woman is with a man, but she not living with him. She got 2 children by this man. And somehow she's taking care of a man's daughter from another relationship. The little girl who she killed, mother, is in jail on theft charges. Now somebody explain to me, if the woman's children is 4 and 5, the woman's children is 4 and 5. Where did the toddler come from? So the man was cheating on her. The man not living with her. She's living with a relative with the 2 children that she got with this man and a toddler who this man made with somebody else. Why is she taking care of somebody else's baby? And is that the reason why she killed the baby? Because she resented the baby? Because the baby's mother took the man from her? And the woman got locked up, and so the man came back and brought the daggone child. And she let them all, man, she crazy. All right, y'all rolling out. Well, let me get ready to roll out too then. I appreciate y'all watching. And be looking out for the Brother Derrick Gaming channel. I finally figured out how to get this this PlayStation 1 with sound. So I'm hoping to be on. I downloaded a couple of racing games. I really like them racing games. But the graphics for the PlayStation 1 is 32-bit. So we'll have to see. So I gotta open up. I gotta scan them for viruses. I gotta open them up, and then I gotta extract the files and transfer them to the PlayStation 1 folder, and then I'll be ready to go. So if y'all still up, be looking out for BDG Brother Derrick Gaming. All right, Naya, you have a good night. Thanks, No Not by Cash. Thanks, Papa D. Did I miss anybody? Did I get everybody? Yeah, I got everybody. Alrighty. So some of y'all I see in about an hour if y'all still up. And if not, I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Y'all have a good one. Thanks a lot, everybody.